we are back here at the Daybreak Kitchen at the Blennerhassett Hotel with Chef Dan. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, Henry. Thanks for coming back.
And thank you for having us again. Now, everybody knows this weekend, hopefully no one in the Middle Ohio Valley forgot, it's Mother's Day weekend.
It is, in fact, Mother's Day, so I've got a special recipe that's pretty close to my heart. My grandmother would always ask for a tomato pie for Mother's Day, so I thought I'd show you guys how to make a Southern-style tomato pie. If,
Interesting.
You've ever been to Myrtle Beach, every farmer's market sells them on the roadside, $20, $25 a piece, and they're really simple to make.
Now, I have to be honest, I have never heard about a tomato pie.
Then I'm about to blow your mind.
I'm ready, so let's get started.
So what I've got is a couple of really nice, ripe red tomatoes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and cut those in half. And this actually works better if you do it the day ahead.
Okay. Is there a specific tomato to use?
I just use the regular 5x5 ripe tomatoes. As the summer gets longer and the tomatoes get fresher, even using a nice heirloom tomato really adds an extra bit of flavor to everything.
Because for our Daybreak garden, we use a different species of tomato, so we have a lot that's growing in our garden this season.
I've made them with the chocolate tomatoes, yellow tomatoes, and they just, all those different flavors combined add a bit of depth of flavor to the whole thing.
Okay.
So I've got these cut, half an inch, quarter inch thick. And what I'll do is I'm going to put these in a strainer overnight, a little bit of salt on them, and let them get some of that liquid out. Even if you can only give them a couple hours, that little bit of time really makes for a crispier pie.
Interesting.
So I went ahead last night and cut up and marinated some tomatoes.
Interesting.
To this mix, I've added just a little bit of fresh basil.
Okay.
A little bit of garlic, so you have that kind of bruschetta flavor in your tomato. Over here, I've got a batch of pimento cheese, which I will teach you guys how to make here in the near future.
Looking forward to it.
But if you don't know how to make it, you can always buy it. The palmetto cheese that we can buy in grocery stores makes a great alternative to homemade. And then I have one deep dish pie shell that I went ahead and baked off just a little bit, because the tomatoes with the liquid, you're going to want a crunchy surface to put them in.
Okay.
And from here, it's a lot like building a lasagna. I'm going to put down a little bit of the pimento cheese right on the bottom. Spread that around. Not too thick, but enough to coat the bottom.
Yeah, so you're starting off with that base layer.
It's kind of a barrier for the tomato.
Yeah, okay.
And then
you don't need a cover like the inside wall of the pie crust?
Not at all. We're going to cook it on a low temperature for a short period of time, just enough to melt the cheese and make everything hot inside. So I'm going to take these tomatoes that we've got a lot of the liquid out of and just kind of spread them around. There's no science to it. It's not pretty. You just want to smash it down into that cheese, and we're going to put another layer of cheese on top.
Like a lasagna, like a lasagna.
Like a lasagna. And you're going to have holes in there, but it's going to melt. It's all going to come together. We're going to put more tomatoes in there, because the main ingredient of a tomato pie would be
it has to be the tomato.
And for a pie this size, you're looking for about 3 tomatoes.
Okay, so 3 good sized tomatoes.
And I've even made them in small pie shells and used diced tomatoes to do individual servings.
Oh, smaller ones?
Yep. So if you have the 3-inch pie shells, dice your tomatoes, but same technique. Okay. And then we're going to put one last layer of cheese on top, because that's what's going to turn nice and brown in the oven.
So it'll be 3 layers of pimento cheese and 2 layers of tomatoes.
Yep. And if you have a smaller pie shell, you can adjust it accordingly.
Yeah, maybe the 2 layers with the tomatoes in the center.
Yep. But you want to make sure you have some cheese on top, because that's what's going to brown in the oven.
And then how hot should the oven be again?
I have my oven here at 300, because it is a convection oven, but at your home oven, you're going to want about 350. And it takes about 20 to 25 minutes, just until it starts to turn brown, and you'll see the cheese bubbling up around the edges.
Okay.
So from here, my pie is ready. I'm going to go ahead and slide it in the oven over here, and in about 25 minutes, we'll try some Southern delicacy.
Okay, sounds good. So we'll get that thrown into the oven, we'll cut to break, and then when we come back, we're going to, well, for the first time for me, try some tomato pie. We'll have more on Daybreak right after the break. Well, we're back here in the Daybreak kitchen at the Blennerhassett Hotel, and Chef Dan, we got the pie out.
So the pie is nice, golden brown. I went and pulled it out of the oven, let it cool for about 15 minutes so that the cheese doesn't just fall out of it.
Yeah.
And you can cut this into 6 or 8 pieces. I like 6 because I like tomato pie.
Yeah.
But we'll
Extra
cut it
bigger slices.
Yes, yes. And this reheats just fine too. If you just cook it and have part of it left over, you can wrap it in foil, throw it back in the oven, microwave it. Oh, it's still a little gooey.
Yes.
All right. So we have our tomato pie there if you want to give that a try.
I'm looking forward to giving it a try.
First time
This is
ever.
the first time ever. So my mind is about to get blown. I don't have a head anymore. It's fantastic.
And I said it was my grandmother's favorite thing for Mother's Day, so I figured in memory of her.
And I think it would make a great Mother's Day dinner as well. Getting to cook that for your mom at home. So for people to see the recipe, it's quite easy. Head over to WTAP.com. You can check out the tomato pie recipe and then so many other recipes we got to make here as well.
Henry, thank you.
And we want to thank you so much for sharing these recipes with us. And hopefully we'll get to see you again next time, because I think you said you're going to share about how to make the pimento cheese.
Yes, next time I'll show you guys how to make the pimento cheese.
Looking forward to it, but we'll have more on Daybreak right after the break.